Hello and welcome to the channel. The Labour Party is concluding plans to hit the streets and all INEC offices nationwide in protest against the electoral body depriving them access to the materials used in the election, which an appeal court has asked them to do. Everybody just the flout court ruling for this country. Classic case of when the head is rotten. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. No going back on nationwide protest, says Labour Party. The Albidati Presidential Campaign Council on Sunday reiterated that its supporters won't back down on their planned nationwide demonstration unless the Independent National Electoral Commission grants LP's lawyers access to materials from the contentious February 25th presidential election. Controversies have trailed the outcome of the presidential election, where presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Tinubu, polled 8,794,726 votes to defeat the People's Democratic Party candidate, Atiku Abubakar, and the Labour Party flag bearer, who got 6,984,520 and 6,101,533 votes, respectively. Dissatisfied by the results, both Obi and Atiku approached the election tribunal to seek permission to inspect the electoral materials used during the poll. Few days later, the Court of Appeal in Abuja acceded to their request for inspection of the electoral materials, but the commission failed to grant the warring parties access. The development is coming 4 days after INEC secured a court injunction to reconfigure the bimodal voters accreditation system BVAS machines ahead of the March 18 governorship and states assembly elections. But the chief spokesman for Obi Campaign Council, Yunusa Tanko, maintained there was no going back on mobilization of their supporters to occupy INEC offices nationwide. Tanko accused INEC of disobeying the order of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal to grant Obi and the party access to the certified true copies of materials used in the conduct of the poll. We didn't fix a date for the protest because we deliberately wanted to give INEC up until Monday to respond to us first. But when INEC fail to do what they are supposed to do, our supporters will hit the streets by the grace of God. There is no going back, he said. When contacted for reaction on whether INEC is willing to accede to the request of Obi's legal team, the chief press secretary, Rotimi Oyekanmi, declined comment. In the same vein, the force public relations officer, Muyiwa Adejobi, said he was unaware if the LP had written the police to that effect. He, however, promised to get back to our correspondent. As of the time of filing this report, the police spokesman had not given feedback on their reaction to the planned protest. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. In related developments, the ongoing reconfiguration of the bimodal voter accreditation system machines used during the presidential and National Assembly elections on 25th February will end on Monday, the Punch has learned. The Independent National Electoral Commission had postponed the governorship and state houses of assembly elections scheduled to hold on March 11 to March 18 in order to be able to reconfigure the BVAS. Consequently, all activities pertaining to the polls were rescheduled, including inspection of sensitive materials at the Central Bank of Nigeria by the political parties. INEC took the decision at its management meeting, which was conveyed on Wednesday after the Court of Appeal gave it the go-ahead to reconfigure the BVAS machines. The commission said it could not go ahead with the governorship poll as earlier scheduled because it needed time to reconfigure the BVAS machines, which were used for the presidential election on February 25th. The Court of Appeal had dismissed an application by Labour Party challenging the reconfiguration of the BVAS used for the presidential poll, whose outcome LP had rejected. The appellate court panel held that allowing the objections of the Labour Party and its presidential candidate, Peter Obi, would amount to tying the hands of the respondent, INEC. Speaking with our correspondent on Sunday, an official who spoke on condition of anonymity because he was not authorized to speak on the issue explained that beavers reconfiguration had been completed for some states, while others will be concluded on Monday. Most states have finished the reconfiguration, and the remaining ones will all finish on Monday, the source told our correspondent. The source also gave the assurance that the governorship and state houses of assembly elections results will be transmitted on INEC's result viewing portal, noting that the glitches that delayed the uploading of presidential poll results had been rectified. He said, the polling unit results will be transmitted on the HiRef portal. Indeed, the ones for the February 25th election have almost been downloaded after we fixed the age that had made it difficult to do so. On materials distribution ahead of the governorship poll, the official said the sensitive materials will be redistributed on Wednesday. We had completed the distribution of non-sensitive materials before we had to shift the March 11 date for the state elections by a week. Some states had started moving the sensitive materials before the change of date. We have had to return them to the Central Bank of Nigeria for safekeeping in consultation with all stakeholders, including party officials and the police. We will move them back to the local governments beginning from Wednesday. Meanwhile, the Chairman Conference of Northern State Civil Society Network, Ambassador Ibrahim Waiya, on Sunday tasked the Independent National Electoral Commission to use the conduct of the forthcoming polls as another fresh opportunity to address the pitfalls recorded in the presidential and National Assembly polls. Among others, the network advised INEC to ensure they use trained ad hoc staff to handle beavers, unlike in the presidential and National Assembly elections, where an untrained ad hoc staff was detailed to handle bimodal voters accreditation systems. While advancing the way forward after the first phase of the ongoing elections, Waiya stated, INEC should fix the challenges now so as to restore the confidence of Nigerians in the electoral umpire. Regarding the upcoming governorship and state assembly elections, we are of the opinion that this is a golden opportunity for INEC to address the challenges, which include inadequate utilization of beavers, as pledged by INEC, as a one clear measure that could help to curtail elections malpractice. Ensure early deployment of elections materials to all polling units to allow all Nigerians to participate in the electoral process. Ensure the provision of facilities to assist persons with special disabilities as contained in the INEC guidelines, so as to minimize gross violations of the rights of persons with special disabilities as witnessed in the last elections. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.